Yeah, so once again it's that time of the year when the WSL party comes to town. Everybody's waiting expectantly, watching the weather forecasts and hoping that we're going to get some really good swell in this period ahead of us.
Yeah, so the guys are getting busy with the infrastructure here, cordoned everything off. I'm not sure of how much of this infrastructure is going up, but I think the main infrastructure up on the boardwalk here and everything is going to go up. See Ari's there, so yeah, apparently there's a couple of blowout barrels here because it's gone offshore. Warren. The judging towers are up. Now there's some waves here. There's Warren again. Gonna get barreled again.
Look at that. Look at that. Wow!
Looks like some barrels. Yep.
Priceless, eh? Oh, look at that. Wow!
Yeah, it's almost showtime again with the WSL Speciality Event, which is planned for the 2 weeks in June in Jeffreys Bay.
Yeah, so the guys are cracking on. More and more stuff coming in. The cladding going up. Yeah, Ari reckons they're not doing the full infrastructure, but they're putting up the bar and everything. I saw on the cam the top of the bar showing, so they're busy with that. It's probably about 3/4 of the infrastructure. This is 2 days after that storm. The southwest blowing, the water is still chocolate, absolutely chocolate. There are a couple of waves. Surprised not to see anybody out there. That's what the infrastructure is looking like. You've got the big stand up, they've got the main bar going up and the big screen. So almost the same, but yeah, hopefully you're going to get some waves. I think with this drought that we've had of like really good swell, there's a good chance that something's going to come through in that next week, and I can already see some bumps. I'm looking here, there's a few sets coming through here. I'm super surprised not to see anybody out. Look at this. Whew, that's just peeling down. Holy moly, no one out? Never ever said anybody, ever, anywhere in the world. Holy shit, that is romping. Woo. Fast. Look at that. Holy moly. Woo. Holy shit. Why is there nobody out? Hey? Crazy. And guys, it's full go. This is where the bar is coming, this chill area. And then obviously the main bar and stand up there. And then the big screen. And of course the guys started this work in that foul weather with the rain and the cold. Today is the first day of sunshine. So yeah, they've had to work through a really shitty period to get all this up. So I think they've earned their wages on this one. Hopefully we're going to have some better weather. They're actually talking about rain tomorrow again, believe it or not. But yeah, looking good. Apparently Jack Freestone's not coming, but the rest of the crew that are on the WSL website, those are the same names that are coming through. I'll put them up so you can see who's coming. There's a trial for the locals, and apparently looks like there's going to be 3 locals going through because Jack's pulled out. So the trials will be out probably in the first 3 days of the waiting period, probably 14th to the 16th or something like that. And then obviously the main event between the 16th and the 24th of June. So yeah, we wait and see what Neptune delivers for that period.
So you can see the swell moving past. We've got the leftovers, and then we've got the swell arriving on Friday, and then you can see into the next week there's some other activity, but a long way out.
Somebody's leftovers. Yeah, you can see how flat the beach is now. It had that big hump on it, and what's happened now is it's been pulled back, and now your water is going to wash straight into the dunes. You can see it's already starting to undercut the dunes. You can see where it undercut the dunes here on the weekend. So that's really bad for the vegetation and for pulling the dunes down. So man, look at these little waves. I can't believe there's nobody out here. it's not cracking, but there's waves. Shoo, look at that. I think I'm gonna get my board. I'm gonna go feel the water now and see what the temperature's like as well. Yeah, very deserted, very quiet J-Bay before the storm. Infrastructure going up. What's left of this poor beach. Oh my hat. Where I'm standing now would be all of this would be under the sand. You just have the top of these rocks. You can actually see where it's rough on the top. You can see the smooth section is what would have been under the sand. So like all of these holes here this would all be filled in with sand normally in the past, and all of this here would have been under the sand. It's crazy. I mean, look at how far it's exposed up there. Never been like this before. Yeah, that set that came through was leftovers from the east swell. I've been standing here for another half hour. Nothing's come through since, so that's why there's nobody out. But even then, it would be worth sitting out there waiting for it. If this water wasn't like 12 degrees, it's freezing. Yeah, another update. These poor buggers, man, they've had to work in this freaking miserable weather. It was gailing last night. Solid freaking 35 knots last night. Freezing cold, rain. Man, it's miserable. It is so cold. The water is still freezing. Guys are all working flat out here. A couple of little waves coming through, but it is freaking chilly. The water is chocolate cold. Guys are putting the decking up. It's not great. I can see where the guys are sitting. There's not a big swell running. Really small, short period. So busy. Here's the oak I want to talk to. The dome's almost up. Yeah, so I had a chat with Ari, just a brief chat with him. He's going to send me the names, the final sort of setup for the comp. Obviously all this infrastructure is going up, and the big screens and all that. They got rugby on the weekend. I think the Boks are playing Wales. He reckons they're going to do they're going to have a 2-hour free surf session while the rugby's on, so everybody's going to have a drink and whatever. The other guys can go and have a surf. And yeah, then they're going to do a Red Bull air show as well. And yeah, the main format of the comp basically consists of 2 sections. They've got a 20 and a thruster section. They've got a whole lot of boards made from different shapers that they're going to be sent up that the guys can surf from the 20 division, and they basically surf in 2 sections. So you have your thruster and your 20 division, and then they've also got a team division, 3 guys and a lady, which they'll then surf off as well, just like a different variation. There's going to be all the music festival, there's going to be the bar, there's going to be the whole normal story here, and then obviously the speciality event. It looks like there's going to be a little bit of swell coming our way as well, and the locals are going to be done in because we can't surf, but I guess that's cool, man. We'll have a little bit of a party while the thing's on. But yeah, there looks like a bit of surf coming, so that's long term. I'll put a surf forecast up as well, just to sort of back up that, and hopefully it's going to be good. We've at least have scheduled it on a full moon at last, so yeah, hopefully that'll bring the goodies. Yeah, so the park village is going up. It's Saturday, the week before the comp. See all the little villages being constructed. Yeah, they'll get that up. They've got another week to go, and they'll get all that infrastructure up and finally put in place for the music festival, etc, etc. We're about 4 days out from the event, and yeah, we've got swell, nice swell. Water's warmed up, it's gone blue, its temperatures come up. I surfed yesterday for the first time at Tubes, and yeah, feeling like I'm feeling a bit better now. So yeah, they've got everything up. They've got some of the branding up. Yeah, it looks like they're almost finishing with the bar area. Yeah, so all set to go. Looking at the forecast down the line, it's not great. There's a lot of what we got at the moment. So there's that high pressure pushing the front south, and although there's swell through the whole period, we're going to have these funky winds, exactly what we've got here, this northerly funky sort of light devil wind. That's probably what it's going to be like a lot of the time. There's a bit of surf on the Friday, the first 2 days of the period, and then looks like some later on in the period, which is still a long way out, so a bit difficult to forecast on. So yeah, there is definitely some swell through the period, so it'll be contestable. It's all going to depend on the wind through the period, and they are looking funky. We've had this weird freaking weather. I mean, we're in June now and these fronts just haven't set in yet. We're not getting the offshores we're supposed to get. So yeah, it's been a difficult period. We've had waves, or at least like 3 to 4 foot surf, 5 foot surf every now and then, a bit of 6 foot, but the wind doesn't blow in the right direction. We haven't had the proper offshore, so it's all back end swells. The swell that we've got here today is exactly the same. The front's gone past, we're getting the back end. Although there's waves, we're now stuck with a northwesterly wind, and tomorrow is even harder northwest, which is impossible to surf. I mean, you can surf, but it's just not great. It's bumpy, it's shitty. So yeah, that's the forecast so far. Yeah, so here's a nice set coming down the point. A really nice set, and I'm actually feeling a little bit of offshore on my starboard side. I can feel a little bit of a breeze coming through on my right shoulder, so maybe it's going to clean up. Good time to get out there. The water's looking beautiful and blue. Yeah, it's like wolfy on his longboard. Look at that, absolutely perfect. I think I've got to go fetch my board. Phew. That's not bad at all. Phew. Look at the set. Oh my hat.
Yeah, surprisingly the wind actually swung into the south for a while, and we had some absolutely cracker waves for an hour or two before it went back into the northwest and then destroyed it all again.
Yeah, so you may have noticed I'm wearing a different pair of sunnies. These are I've been given these to test drive. These are the new ballistics. They're plastic lensed, polarized, and super light, super comfortable. Really nice light lens. Actually enjoy the color of them. So yeah, they're available at Anglers Marine, or you can check it out on their website, Ballistic Eyewear. And yeah, I'm going to give them a test drive for a while. I'll put them into action on the surf and with fishing, and we'll just check how they perform. So last quick update on what's happening before the comp. It's Monday. This morning we had like light offshore, like calm conditions. There was still a little bit of swell. Managed to get a quick surf in at Tubes. Starting to feel much better. Stoked about that. But yeah, this northwest came up and chased us all out the water. It's absolutely howling. You can see it's all choppy. It's knocked the swell down. It's going to be difficult for me to talk. I'm going to go and find some shelter here because this wind's so strong. Yeah, I've ducked in underneath the shelter of the awning here just to get out of the wind. Yeah, these northwests come up. This is pretty much like the normal sort of setup we have in the winter time, because we get these low pressure systems which precede the fronts, and then we get this hot northwest wind. This is not very warm today. Normally it gets really hot. The temperature goes up to like 30 degrees, and yeah, these winds, we call this the serious devil wind. This wind is very similar to the onshore winds, and can result in the water going absolutely ice cold. I can already see some brown patches in the water here. It blows all the surface water out of the bay, and then you get this big upwelling which takes place as that surface water moves out, and the water goes absolutely freezing, and it tends to go like a pale blue, and it looks cool and it looks clean. But man, when you put your foot in there, this morning was already fresh, because we had northwest yesterday as well. So yeah, this should drop the temperature a couple of degrees. But the good news is it's going to go southwest tomorrow, and then Friday we've got a 16-second sort of south-southwest swell, which looks like there'll be some waves. But then we go into a period of sort of funky, sort of no wind northwest, like really warm days, but no real frontal activity before the following week. And then I think the Wednesday there's another bump, and there's a bump later into the following weekend. So yeah, it's going to be tough for them to run the comp. They're going to have to try and squeeze in the heats, you know, where they can. I think it'll be contestable. It's still a long way out. It's possible that there is a front that's later. It remains to be seen. The weather looks good, so it'll be great for the spectators. It doesn't look like much rain or anything like that. It looks like warm, and yeah, I'm sure we'll have some fun with a bar and the big screen and a bit of rugby, and they've got fishing competitions and mountain bike competitions. They've got rugby competitions, touch rugby on the beach. There's all sorts of other activities. So yeah, it remains to be seen what Neptune's going to deliver. I think it's going to be there and thereabouts. We just hope that changes, because we're going on to the full moon at the end of the week, and hopefully that's going to change, and that can.
Yeah, so join us from Friday onwards in the Super Tubes Park. Bring your friends. Come and check out the local talent. We've got about 20 South African local surfers fighting it out for 3 places in the final event. Make sure you come and join us on the beach. The weather's looking absolutely insane. Come and join us for a Corona on the beach and enjoy the atmosphere. I'll keep you updated, so don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you then. Ciao for now.